Hi, this is Michelle, and I am the scribe for collective consciousness. I wanted to talk about why it is that anyone would want to learn how to do automatic writing or inspired writing or even receive messages in general. Um, when I first started on this journey, it was a long time ago. Actually, it was close to 15 years ago. And I really, I was introduced then to this idea of that we get messages. I don't know how it was that I managed to make it to my early 30s without realizing that anyone would actually want to, deliberately connect with something like this concept of guides or higher self or inner being, source. And so the idea for me was actually it was sort of new. And I had my awakening experience, and that's when I started being interested in these things. And I really liked the idea of connecting with that quality that appeared in my life for a couple of weeks, waking me up. And so I solicited ways, like I started reading books and asking people how it was that they connected. And at the time, I really had a hope that I would connect in a very specific way that I was impressed with. And for years, I tried to connect that way, actually. And I'm mentioning this here because I want to impress this idea that really you have no idea, or most people don't necessarily know how it is that they will connect. And it really doesn't matter how you connect. It just matters that you open up your flow and allow the connection. Okay, I was many years back receiving information, if you want to call it that, but I wasn't recognizing that it was what I was looking for. I really didn't recognize it. I recognized that it was kind of on the fringe of it, but I didn't give, neither did I give myself credit, nor did I give my guides any kind of validation, like, hey, we're doing it. I didn't do any of that. And then years ended up passing, and then I did start receiving messages, but even then I didn't recognize that it was messages that were inspired, if you want to call it. So then I started doing automatic or inspired writing sometime later. I don't know why it just got dim in here, but I think it's because the sun, there's probably a cloud that just went over the sun. But anyways, I started receiving messages with pen and paper, and that was surprising to me because I had never been interested or even thought that I would receive messages that way in the past. So don't limit yourself. Be open to receiving however it is that you'll receive, be open to it. And why would anybody want to receive messages? This is a subject that definitely changed my life. In the last few years, I've been receiving so many messages from collective consciousness and my father and others. And I want to share this concept because I recognize that even within my own life, it's given me so much hope. And that's the biggest reason why collective consciousness wants me right now has engaged with me in messages, asking me to put out messages, to put out videos, because some people probably want some more hope in their life. Do you want to get a message that will sort of more loud and clear give you guidance about what next step you should take in your life? Do you want clarity on subjects that you were dark about? When I say dark, it was like the light was dim. It wasn't bright enough, and you didn't have enough illumination on a subject. Do you want to get information about how you can improve your financial situation? Do you want to connect with loved ones that have been transitioned? Do you want to connect with animals? I've gotten messages from my dogs lots of times. And there's so many different ways that I receive messages. And these messages have definitely improved my life. Since I've been receiving messages, I will say that I feel like my life is it has taken on like a higher vibratory state in some ways. I definitely feel like somehow the willingness to receive messages, at least in my case, made it that I was uplifted, and that upliftment has spilled over. This is my leg. That upliftment has spilled over into all areas of my life. I'm not claiming to have a perfect life. I'm not claiming that I don't have problems, or that I do everything perfectly in my life. That's just not the case. But I have assistance. And that's what I'm talking about here, is this beautiful assistance that I have with this great ally that always has my back, this ally that sees life from a zoomed out perspective. And this ally knows what's happening with other people that I don't know. And this ally knows what's happening on corridors that I didn't have access to. But the bottom line is this ally has my back. And I've also noticed that my guides always, whenever they share a message with me that involves other people, there's always a beautiful symbiosis that is kind of a signature all over the message. There's a symbiosis where you can see that if it involves another person, the outcome is always a win-win to the highest possibility with the circumstances. So like I said, it's a symbiosis. So that's the reason why I personally like connecting, and why I love receiving messages. And well, I hope this video helped you and maybe answered any questions you might have about why you would want to receive messages, why you would want to put the effort into doing it, right? Because it is effort. It takes time to build up that rapport. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully, I have known people that had success their very first time engaging the aspect of themselves that just needs to open up a little bit, because we all have that software within us. We all have that software. We just need to turn it on. Have a great day.